around my body as usual. It just looks like I'm naked when I do these body paintings, but trust me, I'm not. Now I'm gonna put my hair in a hairnet to get it out of my way. Then I'm gonna start deleting them eyebrows. You guys know the trick. You get some glue, let it get tacky, put some powder on. Using a hairdryer makes this go by really, really fast because you want each layer of glue and powder to be completely dry before you start another one. I think I did about 3 layers of glue and powder. You can do as many as you want to cover your eyebrow hairs. You just want it flat on your face so you can paint over your eyebrows next without any hassle later. You want your eyebrows to look completely flat, like almost you're transforming into an alien, because aliens ain't got no eyebrows. Once your eyebrows are deleted and looking flat, we're gonna get some white eyeliner and start stenciling out the facial features of Bonnie. We're gonna make it so that we don't paint over our eyelids this time completely closed, but have our actual real eyes incorporated into the makeup look. So I'm gonna do these circles around my eyes and do the other features. And Bonnie kind of has like a toothy little grin. Bonnie has a cute little bow, so I'm gonna draw that in her body. All these animatronic creatures have like shoulder pieces with some pieces of metal sticking out a little bit. And once you think your outline resembles Bonnie, we are going to get some purple aqua paint. I try to use a beauty blender sponge to put on the aqua paint at first because purple aqua paint always seems to smear and streak on me no matter what, but then I switch over to an actual paintbrush. I don't know why purple just doesn't work as well as the other colors for some reason. Sometimes that happens with makeup, but we're gonna do this like a paint by numbers. We start looking like some sort of weird superhero, like a mask on. Once we start painting on the chest and shoulder areas, it looks like a whole entire outfit who is a villain or a superhero who kicks butt. You could also use a hairdryer to make certain steps dry faster so we can move on to a different color without them bleeding into each other. Once you think you have all the purple portions of Bonnie painted on, we're gonna move on to the lighter purple parts of her face, getting a purple lipstick mixed with a white Ben Nye cream paint and making a light purple color. Then I'm getting some makeup mixer solution to make it more like a foundation instead of a sticky cream paint, especially her muzzle. Unfortunately, in my aqua color paints, I do not have a light enough purple, so I'm going to make my own color using cream paints. And painting that on the muzzle part of Bonnie, it is a very, very light, a little too white muzzle color, so I'm going to stipple on some purple paint over that. You really want to have a layered effect because this layered effect is going to make it look more textured, like it has real pieces of fur on it, like the animatronic creepy characters from this video game. Then bringing that all over down my chest below that bow stencil that we drew on, using that light color purple paint and making sure to cover that whole chest area, and doing the same type of purple stipple with a black stipple sponge, or any sponge you want as long as it's stippled looking. Now I'm going to powder down all that cream paint that we put on and painting my nose black with a black eyeliner pencil because we are starting to look like an unwanted Teletubby, to be honest, and outlining certain parts of the muzzle. Then I am just getting some black cream paint with my orange stipple sponge and stippling certain parts of the face to give it more dimension and texture because Bonnie definitely has lighter parts and darker parts. Moving on to our chest area and doing black stipple marks on this as well. I would definitely suggest using stipple sponges for this black texturing instead of your fingers because it will look less smeared and more like actual texture that you wanted to have there. If you haven't seen my effects and beauty makeup kit essential videos, I would definitely check those out for any other types of sponges you may need for makeups. Links to that will be down below in the description box. And now that we're done with that black stipple, I'm gonna get some black aqua paint and move on to painting my ears and under the face of Bonnie on my chin, right above, and make sure not to paint over that bow shape that we drew on with the stencil before, and on certain parts of the joints between the pieces of the shoulders that we painted on with the purple. You want to leave some of these black areas completely bare with your skin because we're going to paint those like a gray silvery tone later. Getting some red aqua paint and painting Bonnie's little bow tie thing. Then getting the black aqua paint and painting in Bonnie's mouth. You want to leave areas of white to make sure you have shapes of teeth there. Bonnie's teeth looks like the bottom of a dog's jaw. I know that's really weird, but you know, when like bulldogs have like those little teeth popping out and they're so cute and adorable yet they look disgusted. That's kind of what Bonnie's mouth area and teeth reminds me of. Any dog lovers out there as well may know what I'm talking about. And you want to have this little like dent cleft thing in the middle of her mouth where her muzzle nose is, just like directly under her nose. Getting some black cream paint and making sure to do some shading around that muzzle nose area of Bonnie. Is a muzzle just used for dogs, or can it be used for rabbits too? Maybe I'm saying this wrong. Muzzle, mouth area, nose area, you know what I mean? With that black cream paint, we are also going to do an ombre effect around that bow tie area of that red tie. You may want to switch over to aqua paint during this ombre effect so that it is more saturated and pigmented. It's a cute little adorable bow. The only cute thing about these characters from Five Nights at Freddy's is their little top hats are bows to try to make them look cute, but they're actually really creepy and they haunt my nightmares. And we can use a blow dryer to dry all of that on our neck because you don't want it to crease on you. Getting white cream paint and painting on highlights on that bow tie. And then getting some gray cream paint and putting it on those bare skin areas that I told you to leave near the black areas around the shoulders and arms that we painted on. So it looks like bolts popping out, especially when we layer on this silver paint on top of the gray one. It's like going behind the scenes so you can see the mechanics in between these doll part things of these creepy animals. Now I'm going to get the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and paint in around the eye area. We can switch over to regular white cream paint to get really detailed and perfect circles, semi-perfect around the eyes. We're going to leave an area bare of our skin between the white and the purple of our eye to paint in later. You especially want to get that Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk from NYX and do your waterline. It really holds well there and doesn't irritate your eyes all that much, as some eyeliners actually do. You want to powder down that white eye area. Now my camera cut out while I was starting to paint this, but I just got some black cream paint and painted around those giant white orbs on my eyes. That area we left bare between the purple and the whiteness of our eye. It kind of looks like if you opened up an Oreo and it still has that cream side of it, that's what the eye area is going to look like. Getting some of that silver cream paint and doing these like drippy marks that are on top of those black areas of the eye on our eye Oreos. They kind of look like drippy pieces of silver or cobwebs, but I think they're like just the mechanics behind these creepy puppet doll things. So scary. But once you think we have all of Bonnie's features painted on, I am going to put those ears back on and we are completely done with this makeup look of Bonnie from the video game Five Nights at Freddy's. These ears are a little large, but I had so much fun making them. I ended up putting them on a top hat because the ears were so heavy and flexible. I have them made with this material that you could bend in different ways. They took a very long time to make, but I really do like them, and I think the large ears makes this character look more doll-like. I had so much fun making this, and sadly